My name is Munro Neville. I'm a doctor, a British-trained doctor, who I came here after my internship in the UK and did my residency here, my medical residency, but went back to the UK in the mid-90s for a couple of years and attended the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, where I did a master's, which is how I became interested in and got some experience in clinical research by the design and evaluation of research. So I then came back to Australia late '98 and started my own company. Actually, I worked for what was then called Quintiles, a CRO, clinical research organisation, for 2 years, but really just to establish myself into the Australian clinical research arena, and then started my own company in the early noughties. Doing, at that time it was phase 4 and phase 3B clinical research, predominantly in the primary care area. I bought Austrials 6 years ago, I guess now, from Helios, one of the ASX listed pathology companies now, and had sought to grow it. The vision I had was to develop a multi-site organisation, and I did want a multinational, or at least a binational company, to be able to grow and really offer studies to more people. There is a well-established research industry in Australia and New Zealand, so it actually made perfect sense to go from very slow organic growth to joining with people who were like-minded, delivered similar types of studies, high-quality providers, and really to fast-track the development of a larger organisation. Momentum is the entity that's been created by joining 3 long-standing private research entities from Australia and from New Zealand. So Austrials, which is the company I had and continue to work for, plus Holdsworth House, which has a large practice in central Sydney, and another one in Brisbane, central Brisbane, and we joined with P3. P3 research is very similar to Austrials, but it's based in New Zealand with 7 sites there. So altogether we now have 6 sites in Australia, 7 sites in New Zealand. So basically we're the biggest private sector clinical trial site organisation between the 2 countries, in Australia and New Zealand, which allows us to conduct more studies, see more patients, and offer more clinical trials to the populations in those 2 countries. Obstacles always come up. I mean, the 2 countries, separate countries, but they're quite similar, geographically close, quite similar with healthcare systems and culture and makeup of population. So in that way, it's a relatively easy transition. In terms of benefits, just learning best practice from each other. All of us do different things slightly differently. And so us really learning from each other has been a really good opportunity to improve. Also then, I guess, developing central support structures, ethics, so 1 or actually 2 ethics structures for each country, recruitment, so 1 recruitment entity that we can use across the group, quality control, again the standardization of standard operating procedures and ways of doing business allows us to, I guess, make the experience as replicable across the sites as possible, and again it increases the quality of the final data we collect for the different studies. Australia and New Zealand both, relatively small economies in a global sense, but both have very strong research involvement, clinical research involvement within their healthcare systems. So in Australia, I believe it's $1.4 billion per annum in terms of revenue produced for the economy, less in New Zealand, 150 million New Zealand dollars. But both, it's a significant sum. it delivers a lot of benefits to participants who participate in studies, and is continuing to grow. In fact, post-COVID, there's been a marked increase in the number of studies that are coming here and into New Zealand, for a whole variety of different indications. There was sort of a pause, or not so much a pause, it's just a go slow during the COVID period, because particularly the FDA were really interested in COVID research, and getting a solution to the end of the pandemic. And since that's sort of come under control, there's been, all the backlog has really come forward. So lots and lots of different types of studies for indications have come our way.